What's that? now streaming live. Full Velocity TV begins now.
Thursday evening, but we welcome you live to the Williams Grove Speedway here for the Sim Addicts Pro Late Model Series here live on your source for esports racing, the Full Velocity Racing Network. Good evening, everybody. Phil LaCasse here alongside, and I can't believe it, if you can even believe, my longtime broadcast partner, Mr. Too Tall Todd Stanton, alongside and on the controls. And Todd, it is so good to hear your voice again, buddy. It almost feels like an version of Who Let the Dogs Out to have you back alongside this evening.
Well, it's fantastic to be back involved in racing here tonight, I should say, and be alongside of you here tonight, Phil. It's been a little bit. I guess you're feeling under the weather, so am I here tonight. A lot of issues going on, a lot of issues arising here, but, man, we always keep trugging along. We always try to find one another, at least.
We certainly do try. We just convene here live at the Sim Addicts here on a Tuesday night. Yeah, certainly feeling under the weather. I feel like I was in the weather today. Is chilled to the bone from a softball game the family had this afternoon, and just trying to kind of regroup and catch my breath and settle in for a great broadcast this evening. A tremendously good car count tonight for the Sim Addicts here on a Tuesday night. Qualifying already set in the books, so we have heat racing action about to take to the Speedway. 9 cars will take the grid here in heat race number 1. We'll have 3 heat race on the docket. Then we'll see what alphabet soup looks like over the course of the night. But on the pole, tonight's quick qualifier here at the Williams Grove Speedway, car number 331 of Dustin Hall, and alongside in the number 1, that is Chris Miller. In row number 2, the 23s on the inside, that is Jonathan Smith with the 022 of JD Sass alongside. In row number 3, we find the number 50 car, Jason Lineweaver, with the number 27 of our buddy Tim Christensen alongside. In the 4th row, the 20 car of Justin Sick with the 24 of Troy Stuckwish. And rounding out our field here, be car number 28, Mookie Haney, going to make out our 9-car field here for heat race number 1. 8 laps going to be the distance. And to tell you how much of a prepared broadcaster I am tonight, Todd, for whatever reason, I was able to go through the Sim Addicts Discord and clicked around, and I found a link for some kind of link to point standings. And I can actually say for the first time this year, I have the Pro Lake standings in front of me. Joshua Hessen coming in tonight with the points lead, 299 points scored over Trevor Biddling, 8-point advantage, 27 points back to Troy Stuckwish, who happens to be in this race. So we got much to talk about here tonight, but let's turn our attention to the Speedway here. Heat race number 1 is about to go green this time out of 4.
Yeah, these guys get locked and loaded here. iRacing.com pace truck. I should say the safety truck. It does not look like they're going to go green out of turn number 4 this time there, Phil. They're going to take one more lap here as these guys get in the wits about them. And a lot's got to be going through their head here in heat race number 1. Like you said, it's Hall and Miller, your front row, the 331 and the 1. Williams Grove Speedway is located in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, so it's going to be rather interesting. I know it's been cold here in the Northeast, at least in New York, and then all of a sudden it warms back up to 50-some degrees today. So, Phil, it's gone from 27 to 50 to 60 to I don't even know why. I know it's got to be feeling the same way up in the Northeast part of your country.
Oh, it certainly is. We sat out today in probably mid to low 30s, windy all afternoon here. So we sat softball on the southern coast here of the Connecticut region, part of the country. So yeah, definitely a little bit hoarse with the voice. Certainly, got the little cold going on now for all this great weather we're going on. But we're going to turn it up a wick here as the pace truck has made its way in. We're green flag racing here at the Williams Grove Speedway. Dustin Hall going to lead the field in a turn number 1, that 331 car right away from the inside, the outside of the road. It's going to be Christopher Miller's number 1 car. He's going to peek to the low side. Jonathan Smith of the 23 going to try to follow suit. But it looks like Hall going to hold off Miller into turn number 3 and 4, as they're going to be single file for the first 3 spots. Looks like all the way through the top 5, we'll say single file to complete lap number 1.
As they complete lap number 1, it is Dustin Hall with your race lead. The number 1 of Chris Miller running in that 2nd spot. 3rd is JD Sass, and Jonathan Smith right now running in that 4th spot. So pretty much staying single file here, Williams Grove Speedway. And the track looks a little bit different, doesn't look as racy, but as those heat races go on, Phil, we're going to see it start getting more and more racy here. This track is, man, I hate to say it, the adage with it on the street stocks and even the late models for that matter, we've seen a lot of cautions here late in the going in the future events at Williams Grove. Hopefully we won't see that here this evening. It's either a lot of cautions or a really fantastic race.
Yeah, and it usually stretches out kind of like it does now if we stay green, which we do to complete lap number 3. Dustin Hall leading now over Christopher Miller. J.D. Sass in for 3rd. Jonathan Smith there for 4th. And looks like a little bit of a battle going on back there for the 5th spot with Mookie Haney's 28. Troy Stuckwish with a 24 car. So, by the way, it looks here, Todd, they say top 3 advanced their way onto the feature event. We'll have to see how much of that is true. We're preparing for this good bit of alphabet soup lately. Whatever reason iRacing hasn't cooperated. We've seen a lot of this, maybe B mains or maybe even, God, not even B mains to have the entire field locked in. So I'll have to wait and see through the alphabet soup what's going to happen. Well, all I know is we're halfway home here, and this time we'll complete lap number 5. Dustin Hall's got 2 car lengths on Miller to turn 1.
Yeah, Miller continues to lead this one there. Or continues to be in 2nd place in this one. The lead is still Dustin Hall, and he's starting to pull away. Last time by, ran a 20.600 to Christopher Miller's 20.649. JD Sass is running a 20.699. So these guys are the 20.6 bracket, all of them pretty much there, Phil. But Dustin Hall's been the most consistent. Obviously, that's your current heat race leader as we are on 2 to go.
We certainly are on 2 to go, and in turn number 3 for the final time. Dustin Hall's 331. He's going to see the white flag here off of turn number 4 as he runs the low side over Miller. A little bit of a race starting to form for 3rd there with Sass of the 022 and Jonathan Smith of the 23. That'll stay single file for the time being, but Smith pulling up to the back of the 022 as they continue to race for 3rd. But Dustin Hall, he's in turn 3 and 4 for the final time. Looks like he's going to win this one going away by about 4 or 5 car lengths. Checker goes up in the air. Dustin Hall in for heat race number 1. 2nd will go to Christopher Miller. J.D. Sass going to finish up 3rd. Jonathan Smith 4th. Mookie Haney going to be in for a top 5 run. Troy Stuckwish, Justin Sick, Jason Lineweaver, and Tim Christensen going to round out our 9-car field here for heat race number 1. So one of at least 3 heat races in the books. Heat race number 2 is rolling out to the speedway, and I want to throw this alongside my partner Todd and see if he's prepared maybe to give you guys a starting lineup.
So heat race number 2 is going to go away like this. Starting on the pole, driving the number 18, that's Joshua Heston, and on his dancing partner outside is Eric Tupper aboard the 115. Next row back is Mason Lynch aboard the 254, rolling off of that 3rd starting position. Brett Buehlerman in the 772 rolls off in the 4th spot. 5th right now is the 269, that's James Grace. Rolling off 6th will be the 714 of Brendan Lacey. Rolling off in the 7th starting position, that is Mitch Stiles aboard the number 54, and Gardeski in the double knot is going to roll off 8th. Rolling off shotgun on the field will be the driver of the number 26, that's Scotty Edwards.
Yeah, the call is for 9, but I think we're only going to get 8, as I'm not sure Scotty Edwards has made his trick onto the racetrack here aboard the 28 car, or 26 car, I should say. So it looks like we'll have 8 come out here for heat race number 2, and the point leader, Joshua Heston, going to lead this one to the green flag. Eric Tupper on the outside, Mason Lynch, Brett Buehlerman in that 2nd row. Keep an eye on that 3rd row with James Grace and Brendan Lacey back there. Those 2 guys have been really good here at the Sim Addicts these last couple of weeks. So I think the 3rd row may be the action row, but I believe this time out of turn number 3 and 4, I believe we're going to see the iRacing.com pace truck make its surrender on toward pit road. And no, they're going to go the extra lap again. So going to be one more time. What do you think we take a minute and thank our sponsors out there? I haven't done that enough here recently, here live for the Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for esports, brought to you by Battlefirefirearms.com. Check out Brendan's website now. Looking to purchase a gun? expanded an existing one, need ammunition, where else you may need, check them out. Spataforafirearms.com, and also check out Full Throttle with the Gent on YouTube. It's a great little podcast that you guys will enjoy. Also, big shout out to Jeff Brown over at iRacing iFlag. Got to thank Jim Revis over at Evo One Graphics. Jameson Colbridge over at CNC Race Designs. Josh Smith over at DirtSeries.com. And all you guys out there for watching. And got to thank Tyler Blankenship, the Hannibal Record Service, the official caution overlay here of the Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for esports racing. We're about to turn this sucker loose for heat race number 2. They come off of war. They're on it. Green flag in the air. Joshua Hessen with a great start. He's going to lead the field in turn number 1.
Yeah, Hessen leaving the field here with Tupper running in that second spot. Gets a tad bit loose for the 254 machine of Lynch right now, going down to the bottom side here, trying to make something happen on Eric Tupper, the 115, getting tight now. Tupper all kinds out of shape, almost 3 wide there for second, but the number 234, or 254 machine, excuse me, of Mason Lynch now takes over second.
Got Lynch up to second. They're racing back there for third as Tupper's got it stuttered up there 3 wide. I see Lacey back there. I see James Grace back in that mix as well, as is Brett Butelman of the 772. Those guys all going at it for the 4th spot on back, but up front, we see checking out from this field, Joshua Hessen of the 18, Mason Lynch there, 1 second back in second, Tupper for third, but then a race going on for 4th on back. Butelman holding off Grace and Lacey as we speak, but as we complete now lap number 3 going up on the board, it's all Joshua Hessen up front, and he's continuing to drive away from this field. That thing looks to be really strong.
Yeah, definitely looks really strong in that 118 machine. Good battle going on for second. Still waging war there between Tupper and the 254 of Lynch. Also, the number 772 right there into the fray as you see B1 on that machine. So 772 you would see on the screen. It is actually the B1.
I like it. It's a different flavor with these custom numbers, and sometimes don't add up in it. It kind of throws us announcers up there for a loop as we try to match up there as we look for a certain car number and don't find it. So that kind of throws us off the call a little bit. But Josh Hessen's going to roll off the corner. We're halfway home. He's going to complete lap number 5 of the 8 here at the Williams Grove Speedway. He's got a pretty decent little clip there in a turn number 1 and 2. Call it 1.8 seconds there, so almost 2 seconds over Eric Tupper. Butelman 772 in for third. Lacey for 4th. Mason Lynch, he was up in second. He has dropped now back to the top 5. Looks like issues for the 54 of Mitch Stiles. I think the 54 may have encountered some gremlins, and I believe James Grace may have as well. Stiles is down on pit road, and James Grace, he's fallen way behind the field, so 2 cars having an issue. Joshua Hessen definitely not, though. He's already got 2 to go for the starter stand, and this time off the corner, he's going to see white flag on the field.
As white flag is out there on the field as they're motoring down into turn number 1 and coming off of turn number 2 is Hessen with the lead there in the 118 machine, or the 18 machine on the screen. The 115 to Tupper running in second. Third and the cutoff line is Brett Butelman in the 772 machine, the B1, but coming off of turn number 4, picking up heat race number 2 is going to be Hessen. Tupper going to finish for 2, and third is going to be Butelman in the 772.
There's your top 3 that are guaranteed to transfer their way on into the main event. Yeah, Brendan Lacey in for 4th, Mason Lynch, Scotty Grabanski, James Grace, and Mitch Stiles, our 8-car field there for heat race number 2. Heat race number 3 about to roll its way out to the racetrack. So let's dive into the starting lineup there as they begin to assemble there down on pit road. On the pole, we're going to be car number 111. The 111 is Russell Stellings. The 25 alongside, that is Jarrett Murphy. In the second row, we find the 225, second place in the point standings coming into the evening. That is Trevor Bitterling with the number 224 alongside. That is Andrew Hawkins. In row number 3, the 17, the Tennessee Tumbler, Brett Rolls on the inside of the row. And on the outside, the Mullet Mafia Fry aboard car number 21. And in our 4th and final row, on the inside, we find car number 31 of Pete Kiley. And shotgun on the field, the 4 of Dylan Hutchison. So we have 8 drivers scheduled to go out there. I believe all 8 are going to answer the call out to the Speedway, and they will take to the racetrack for 8 laps around here at the Williams Grove Speedway. The final heat race of the night, and as we look forward here, Todd, through heat racing action, maybe some alphabet soup to play, and then moving into our main event coming up here in just a very little short while here. Our 50-lap main event tonight at the Grove. How do you think we'll see this racetrack transition here? Is so far it looks like the outside lane predominant, but what do you think we can expect when we get toward our 50-lap main event?
I think a lot more, Phil. You're going to see a lot of these guys try to roll the bottom. If you can roll the bottom, it's going to pay off. You see it in the street stocks. You're seeing the guys that set up or roll off the bottom, and that is all about throttle control to try to stay on the bottom as that gets a little bit slippery. Obviously, going up to the top shelf is probably where it's going to be. Middle to high groove is where it's going to be fastest later on in the event, but it's those who can roll the bottom who are going to have the distinct advantage.
I think so, too. So glad you guys all tuned in out there. Good crowd over there watching on Facebook Live. As it says top of the screen, if you haven't done so yet, don't forget, like what we're doing here, share our link out there through Facebook, share our YouTube link out there. As we're also certainly on YouTube as well, also available on Twitch TV. As a lot of great things going on. Your source for esports racing right here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network off of turn number 4. We're green flag racing for the first time here in heat race number 3. Russell Stellings, Jarrett Murphy going to leave the field off of turn number 2 there in a dead heat. Give it to Murphy off the corner off the high side.
Yeah, Murphy's able to take over that top spot from the Russell Snellings in that 111 machine. But here comes the 225 of Bitterling down to the bottom side, trying to make a side-by-side battle for that second spot. He's going to close the door. His Snellings on Bitterling here down the front straightaways in complete lap number 1.
Yeah, Murphy over the Stellings machine. Bitterling back there running in that third spot. There's a couple of cars there. It looks like they don't maybe match on the screen. Bitterling in for third. Brett rolls in 17 now up to the 4th spot. So Brett doing a good job in the opening laps, making stuff happen. Hawkins back there for 5th as we go race for the lead as Snelling's going to peek to the inside of Murphy to turn number 1 and 2. Murphy going to slam the door shut, but Russell's going to keep that throttle laid down. They are going to drag race to the back straightaway. Murphy getting a hell of a run up in the high lane into 3 and 4. He'll keep the bottom lane open. Here comes Stellings, a drag race for the race lead off of turn number 4.
Yeah, Murphy able to stay on to the top spot there. The 111 Snelling still running in second. Third is still Bitterling. The 225 machine, the 17 of Brett Rolls runs in that 4th spot. Going down the back straightaway this time by. We're going to get 4 in, 4 to go. That means we're halfway home here to Williams Grove Speedway. But here comes Stelling back down to the bottom side with the number 25 of Murphy. Murphy still holding on to that top spot, crossing by that start finish line. Like we said, halfway home. 4 in, 4 to go.
4 in, 4 to go here, and Stelling still going to run the bottom through 1 and 2. Murphy going to run up high as they still continue to have a good race to the race lead. Trevor Bitterling back there. That 225 riding in the 3rd spot. 3-car leg seat himself and Brett Rolls. Andrew Hawkins back there running in the 5th spot. They're all nose to tail up front. What they're trying not to be is Russell Stellings continues to try to run the bottom lane. Makes for a contact the inside wall and checks him up. Bitterling gets to the back of the 111. They keep it straight, but an issue there as Russell tried to run the corner a little bit lower on the bottom, Todd. He bounced into the inside wall. Good thing one of those pesky Ute tires weren't there because he probably would have got stuck. That's why we're still green flag racing.
Yeah, unfortunately, the flagger forgot the yellow flag here tonight. That's why we're still green flag racing, even if we get a wreck. So down the back straightaway into turn number 3 is the number 25 leading the way of Jarrett Murphy. Snelling still running in that 2nd spot as we get white flag off of turn number 4. Can the number 25 of Murphy hold on over Snelling? 3rd is Bitterling, but can the number 17 of Brett Rolls take into that 3rd spot? Rolls right now safe distance behind him, so right now Bitterling really not chomping at the bit. Looks like he's going to be able to take that 3rd spot. But here comes the 111 of Snelling. One last ditch effort through 3 and 4. And off of turn number 4, picking up heat race number 3 is going to be Jarrett Murphy. Snelling going to finish it for a 2. 3rd is going to be Bitterling, Trevor Bitterling in the 225.
Good run there for Trevor in for 3rd. Rolls will finish up 4th. Hawkins, Mullet Mafia Fry, Dylan Hutchinson, Pete Kiley make up our 8 cars here that took to heat race number 3. So let's see where iRacing is going to take us next. And it looks like it's going to drop us into, it looks like, the C main. So I'll set my scoring here. Moved on forward as it looks like C main racing. Maybe not through C. We look like, are we in a warm-up here? Well, I'm not exactly sure where we're sitting. So it looks like we're going right into a one. Are we going to see everybody out here for the feature, Todd? Is that correct? It looks like we're going to go straight to feature racing, so we get a couple of brief minutes here to talk back and forth. But I was expecting Alphabet Soup with the good car count we got here. It looks like we're going to start. Oh, man, this is going to be a big field. 25 cars going to start the main event. That's going to make for a hell of a good time here at the Williams Grove Speedway. All right, well, Todd is taking the drink there and catching up on it. We only got a couple minutes here to talk back and forth amongst ourselves. What do you say? Before we get green flag mixing at the Williams Grove Speedway, we throw this thing trackside. We'll pay homage to this awesome country, the United States of America, the greatest country in the world, and a playing of our national anthem.
Don't say I didn't warn you. I know things no one knows.
Evil One Graphics specializes in iRacing wraps, promo ads, and banners for all your sim racing needs. From a new custom look on the track to a new look for your site, E1G is your place. Want to promote a special event or series for your league? E1G can make that custom promo ad you're looking for. With attention to high detail, great service, and reasonable prices, E1G is here to serve you. Evil One Graphics, they're not only good, they're evil.
All right, back here live at the Williams Grove Speedway. Give you a little teaser there of our friends Jim Revis over at Evil One Graphics. Check out his great paint shop now. Evil One Graphics on Facebook. Not only good, they are evil. The Williams Grove Speedway about to come to life with pro late model racing for a 50-lap feature event. So without further ado, what do you say, Todd? We go with tonight's starting lineup.
And now tonight's starting lineup for the Addicts Racing Pro Late Model Series here live from the Williams Grove Speedway in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. Starting on the pole, driving the number 331, that's Dustin Hall. His dancing partner outside, that's the number 18, that's Joshua Hessen.
In row number 2, we find car number 25 of Jarrett Murphy, and alongside in the 1, that's Christopher Miller.
In the next row back, rolling off in that fifth starting position, that's the 115, that's Eric Tupper. And outside of him will be the 111, that is Russell Stellings.
JD Sass will roll off next from position number 7 of the 022, and alongside in the 772, that is Brett Biedelman.
Rolling off in that ninth starting position, driving the 225, that's Trevor Bitterling. And his dance brother outside, driving the number 23, that's Jonathan Smith.
Number 714 will roll off next. That is Brennan Lacey alongside the number 17, Brett Rolls.
Rolling off in 13th, that's Mookie Haney aboard the number 28. Haney aboard the number 28, and outside of him, driving the 254, that's Mason Lynch. Mason Lynch aboard the 254.
Next up on the 15th starting position to be the 224 of Andrew Hawkins, and alongside the 24, Troy Stuckwish.
Rolling off in the 17th starting position, that's Scotty Graveski aboard the 00 machine, and Mullet Mafia Fry aboard the number 21, rolls off 18th.
Row number 10, we have the 20 car of Justin Sick and the 269 of James Grace.
11th row will be Dylan Hutchinson and Jason Lineweaver. Then you got Mitch Stiles and Pete Killing, Tim Christensen roll out your whole field here. 25 cars. Scotty Edwards, I believe, admin in charge here tonight, not going to make the grid. We're getting ready to go to Green Flag Racing off of turn number 4. Green flag is in the air. We light the wick, and we start the fire here at the Williams Grove Speedway for the Pro Late Models for the Sim Addicts, with leading the charge the 331 of Dustin Hall.
Dustin Hall going to lead him off of turn number 2. Look at the run off the high side for the point leader, Joshua Hessen, down the back chute into turn number 3, where he's going to drive up alongside Hall for the race lead. They're door-to-door off of 4 to complete lap number 1. Give it to the 18 car. Joshua Hessen leads lap number 1.
Yeah, Hessen around the 331 of Hall. They're still side by side, though. Hall down to the bottom side, but Hessen's got that momentum off the top shelf of the Speedway. He's going to maintain about a car length and a half into turn 3.
Good battle there into turn number 3 and 4. Give the 18 to leave. Dustin Hall in for second, but he may come under fire. Is there a good race going back there for third? But it looks like the 1 car of Miller there running 4th, and Jarrett Murphy in the 23 or 25, as they go back and forth in position. That's for third, but we'll slow it down as caution flag for the first time tonight here at the Williams Grove Speedway. Caution on lap number 3, and it looks like this one may have got the 20 car of Justin Sick. So it looks like he's around it or not, and looks like, all right, well, it says 20, but the car is 17. These customers have to confuse me. You know who also is confused down there? I bet you Todd down there is I know he's probably confused, but probably has some grasp on this one. What do you got for us, Todd?
Definitely a cluster over here in the corner. This is 17, well, the 20, whatever you want to call him here this evening. Justin Sick there gets a little bit sideways, but there was a 21 right directly in front of him, too, also completely sideways. But the 17 going completely around in the knot, but he had a little bit of help from the number 27 junior machine to go around there.
All right, so there you have it. First caution flag right here at the Williams Grove Speedway. Caution flags brought to you by Hannibal Record Service. And I'm going to thank Tyler for doing that for us. It's good to have a lot of good folks behind us at the Full Velocity Racing Network. You know, of course, got to thank our buddy Charles Wooten, who does a lot of work behind the scenes as well. Got to thank Jack Truin, who's been, you know, our brother in arms here as far as controls go. As Todd has got busy or we get split crewed. Thank Ron Piles for all his contributions. Josh Smith for the great camera work he's providing us behind the scenes as well. It's a whole lot of work that goes in behind the scenes here to make the network come off the ground, and none of it possible without all of you out there that watch us night after night here live on YouTube or Facebook or Twitch TV. You know, our buddy Charles is coming aboard too as well. He's got a lot of great programming out there every night of the week, a lot of pavement, a lot of dirt. So great to have you all aboard, and as both companies have come together, this big new brand, the Full Velocity Racing Network, and it's awesome to have all you guys aboard here night after night. How about some stars donations? You like what we're doing out here tonight? You like what we do as a whole? Let us feel the love with some stars donations out there live on Facebook Live. Every little bit goes a long way, helps us do a whole lot of upgrades, and with the merger and all the great stuff happening, stars donations will go a long way, Todd, into helping us do some great things. And I think he did some equipment upgrades coming to the house over here this week. So by the end of the week, I may sound a little tad bit different than I do now, and hopefully feeling a whole lot better.
Yeah, hopefully feeling a lot better as green flag comes out here, and we're racing back here at the Williams Grove Speedway. The number 1 machine of Christopher Miller fighting it out there with Dustin Hall. Hall drifts way up the track, but he finds the bite off the corner, that forward bite. That 331 of Dustin Hall down the back straightaway here is going to hold on to that second spot. The number 1 of Christopher Miller still running in the 3rd position. Jarrett Murphy running in 4th, and that number 25 machine is a flash by that start finish line.
And they're having a heck of a race there for third. Is Murphy now going to look to the inside and Miller. Russell Stellings trying to run that extreme inside of the 111 down to the low side, running in fifth, but he's trying to make it happen back there. Even one more spot behind, we find the legs of Trevor Biddling back there. He and Eric Tupper, those guys had like hell of a race back there for sixth on back, so it's happening all over the place. A little bit of contact there shows Biddling on a line, but they're going to keep it on straight and going. Williams Grove so far on top of the field. We got here. These guys are racing all over this place. And so far, doing a great job of staying off each other.
Yeah, definitely doing a fantastic job as we're watching the 115, the Tupper, the 225 of Bitterling, and the 22 machine there of Sass, excuse me, the 22 machine, really working down on the bottom side here. These guys have been fighting 2 wide, 3 wide, and they banged off each other. You see Tupper and the 225 bang off each other. They're able to keep it going, though. So it's good, hard racing back here around the 6th, 7th, and 8th position.
That is a lot of race cars back. Even look outside the top 10. There is guys going back there 2 and sometimes 3 wide racing. That's where the best action is right now, is up front. It is still Joshua Hessen leading, but Dustin Hall has chopped his lead down to about 2 car lengths and down to 3 and 4. Dustin may make a move to the inside for the racing off a 4 to complete lap number 11. Josh getting that big power off the corner of the 18. That's how Josh has accumulated the points lead over here from the Sim Addicts Pro Late Model Series. Those guys go out for the lead. Miller and Murphy going at it there for 4th and a little bit distant back there in the top 5. Russ Stelling's a little 111, but the racing action is all the way back there for 6th on back, where you find Biddling and Sass, Tupper, Smith, Mookie Haney up to the top 10. There's a lot of race cars back there. From 6th to 10th, another wad back there, running about 12th through about 16th. There are racing all over the place. You have the Williams Grove Speedway. Todd, we're only a dozen laps in the books. We got 50 big ones of these things to put down.
Yeah, definitely a long-winded race here tonight at Williams Grove Speedway for these late models. As right now I'm holding on to the 12th position. A great battle going on between Brett Rolls and 224 of Andrew Hawkins. As yellow flag going to fly here, Phil. Get to cover the battles here in the middle portion of the pack, but something else going awry here to bring out this yellow flag. The Hanover Wrecker Service yellow flag.
Yeah, and I'm thinking you may find the likes of, say, Mitch Stiles may have a piece of this one. I think Brennan Lacey may have got a little bit. I'm not sure if line move was number 50. I think Stiles for sure in that 54 car got a piece of the action here. So caution flag for the second time as we work lap number 14. And as Todd says in my ear, did I hear this right? Maybe a little bit of a piece of the gate. We've seen that happen here at Williams Grove more than enough times.
Yeah, we're seeing the piece of gate as Sam's Ford providing our aerial coverage for tonight's race. Just going to take a look and watch what happened to the number 54 machine of Mitch Stiles. And Stiles, I tell you what, had war with that gate. And, man, it's always that tricky gate that gets somebody at least once down the back straightaway. This time it was Miles, and I tell you. And then around goes to 714, and then back up in front is Stiles, and he thinks he's all clear, thinks he's all good, Danny. Bam! Here comes the number 50 Lineweaver. Upside down, and he does a slow roll. No turtle this time, but tough break for the number 54 Mitch Stiles. He's going to pull it behind the wall.
Yeah, there's a big hit there for the 54, so he'll go on pit road. Looks like the 254 Mason Lynch unable to answer the call here in the feature event as well. So 24 drivers took the green flag, 23 going to be left in a lead lap. The only car 1 lap down going to be that 54 of Mitch Stiles, who looks like work to that car, Todd, maybe severe, as they kind of you make that throat slashing signal to cut the engine off. So it looks like night may be done for the 54, which tough break for Mitch. He had a good run early on in his heat race, was up there in the middle of the pack, in that great battle within the middle of the field, but looks like he's going to be the first car out of the event. So 54, too bad, but looks like we're getting ready for the restart. We go on board with the 18 as we go back to green flag racing.
Yeah, the onboard being provided by Northwest Racing Series here tonight. Just watching Hessen go to work in the 118 machine. It says 18 on the screen, but he's got 118 there. Custom numbers as he works down the back straightaway here at Williams Grove.
That's an awesome view out the front of that car. You see open racetrack ahead. It's nothing but that behind him as these guys continue to start going at it. Hall in for second. Miller still running third. Murphy now going to make his way up the third around. Miller Bitterling in for fifth, as now Yellow going to greet the speedway once again for the third time here at Williams Grove. We talked about it early, Todd, is, we know Williams Grove. You get 24, 25 cars out there. This track has a patent to tear cars up in the pro lanes or the street stocks or anything for that matter. And already the third caution flag of the night, and I'm having trouble with finding where this will maybe even come from. So hopefully you'll get there quicker than I do. But all I do know is a yellow flag on the racetrack for the third time.
As we look here and live on the screen, a good look here with a 31 all by a selfie. Pete Killing is the number 50 or 31, I should say, going around all by a selfie here tonight, bringing out this yellow flag. Unfortunately, it was in front of a bunch of cars. Those cars all missed him, but the 31 gets his moment in the spotlight here, going around all by himself.
Well, and sometimes that's what you got to do to get on TV is go around all by your selfie. You know, Todd does it a lot. And Todd, I know we haven't talked a lot. We haven't done a whole lot of shows together his last couple of days, even though we've been certainly busy with putting the product on the air. But I've even heard from a couple of guys out there in the chat, even admins of leagues, they want to do a role reversal at some point and come out here and do this job of broadcasting and put us on the racetrack to mix it up with some of these guys. And as much as I was insisting it wasn't a good idea, they're all hell-bent to put us out there. And I'm not sure I'm even ever going to be up to that challenge. They like to think in a match race who would win. They think I have a shot, and I was like, no chance in hell. I think you've got me all day. But
we'd have to do dirt and asphalt, Phil. We really have to do dirt and asphalt.
We would have to, because you would kick my tail on the dirt for certain.
Well, let's get we can get Charles involved too. Maybe Charles can get involved. We'll have to ask him.
We'll ask him. Maybe he can run the controls, and we can find two hack broadcasters up here to come cover this thing. So,
yeah, make it funny.
It would too. And you talk about drunk delirious. That would be the certain night. That would certainly be. But having some fun out here, as we always like to do on the Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for esports racing here. Williams Grove Speedway Sim Addicts Pro Late Model Series working its way around lap number 21 of a 50-lap main event. The call has come down from race control. We will be single file restarting the rest of the night. So I believe this time out of 4, Todd, we're going to go green flag racing off of 4, and Hessen going to lead the field back to green next single file formation. Now they're supposed to say single file. There was some guys attempting to jump that restart. We're back to green flag here as they're working through turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, Hessen out to a pretty good lead. Their advantage probably 3 car lengths already down the back straightaway. So he's got the gear in that 118 machine. The 331 of Dustin Hall right now running in the second spot here. As Hall right now just holding on there is the 25 machine of Jarrett Murphy. Running in third. Fourth is number 1 of Christopher Miller, and Trevor Bitterling in the 225 machine. Almost sounds like I'm drunk here tonight. Man, I shouldn't have hit the NyQuil here so early, but the 25 machine is running in third. Fourth is the number 1 of Miller, and Bitterling in the 225 still running in fifth. Still running pretty hard there, Phil, and trying to make up some ground here.
Yeah, and you got the NyQuil. I'll call my NyQuil. So the Smirnoff Ice Cream Apple here as I'm ready to hit the hay myself. As I was back here watching Good Racer 6 between Snellings and Buki Hinney with 28, but put a period on that for the time being because caution flag and agreed us back again here live at the Williams Grove Speedway on lap number 24. The 1 lap shy of halfway. That yellow hanky throws himself back in the air, and I think we may have a trip to the Mullet Mafia ahead of us here aboard the number 21, because I believe he may have been the cause of this most recent caution flag.
Yeah, definitely have a trip here, and we're going to go from aerial here. And we're going to look to see what happened here. And it was Mullet Fry. And we're going to go back here. Mullet Fry Mafia here, and the number 21 machine gets right up on the 17, which is the 20. And just drives right straight through him. It looks like he forgot where the brakes were there. I'm not 100% positive there, Phil. Maybe it just was mistiming. A lot of different angles, a lot of different braking points, maybe even let-off points here through the corner. As unfortunately the number 20 goes around. That is Justin Sick. Off the bumper, Mullet Fry Mafia. And I'm sure that was a mistake by Mullet.
Yeah, it had to be that car going around on the outside wall here, so puts us back under caution. But Todd, I have a new feature I want to bring in here. Maybe the only time we ever do this, but what do you say we play a round of the Family Feud? Todd, a trivia question for you. Can you tell me who was out there driving car number 24? Troy Stuckwith driving car number 24.
Stuckwith, yeah.
And I look over to Facebook live chat and I see one Ethan Stuckwith say $20 to take out the 24. I don't know. That's family on family right there. Family feud out there, Facebook Live. I'm sure Ethan is joking, of course, and if he's not, Ethan, let me know, because I'll see if they let me in the race car. I'll take my stab at $20, or even Todd. Todd's a better record than I am. What do you think?
I would take it. I would go right after him. We got him live on the screen. Just taking a look at, and I don't, the driver stat bar not quite working here with us, but we'll go to the driver in race bar here. So currently 16th, started 16th, low 16th. Troy Stuckwich, 24.
All right, giving him some love out there as Ethan's out there in the chat box. We're going back to Green Flag Racing as I get caught napping here. Hessen, Hall, Murphy, Miller, Biddle going out our top 5 is whatever happened right there is they were in the throttle, and now my spotters say green flag out here, and I'm not even sure what the heck is going on. I think somebody may have been into the sauce a little bit too early, because I don't know what in the heck happened right there. As I'm pretty sure, Todd, those guys were stuck in the throttle wide open the entire field. They were in the turn number 3 before the green flag was displayed.
Not 100% positive what happened there. Is these guys going to have to restack and repack themselves here. We're going to be on lap number 30 when they go across the line here of 50. So we have 20 laps left, a little bit less, a little bit more than 20 laps right now to decide this one here at Williams Grove Speedway. I cannot wait to see what's going to happen there, Phil. It's been a fantastic race so far, but again, yellow flags breed yellow flags here at Williams Grove. It's just one of those things. I paged Dr. Green the last couple of races we've done here at Williams Grove. He has no cure for the elixir here. He has no elixir, no cure for the elixir. Yeah, because the elixir makes it far worse.
And I'm not exactly sure what the heck happened there with the start. I'm not sure what's going on with Todd's dialect out there. I mean, Todd, you didn't take that third bottle of NyQuil after 7 o'clock, did you?
No, I just know how frustrated I was with Williams Grove the last couple of times. I paged Dr. Green, and his elixir for the yellow fever, it just made it far worse. It's just one of those things that I don't know. Did you fire him? Did you? What'd you do to him?
I don't know.
Did you take him out night of town again?
I did certainly. No, this is exactly what happened. We charged him a couple of times at Williams Grove this week, and I even told him to make the bill accounts payable to one Mr. Cody Wooten over here at FERN. So, not sure if Cody's even paid the bill yet, or whatever the heck that guy is doing, because, I don't know. I know that guy don't sleep. So, if Cody's out there listening, pay the bill, because we could certainly use some of Dr. Green's elixir here at the Williams Grove Speedway as we're working lap
some of his moonshine, too.
50 under caution, and maybe some moonshine. Moonshine sounds pretty good as well. So, we'll talk about that on another evening. Maybe Friday evening we play a round of drunk announcing out here. Maybe we'll play a game with that. So, I guess we'll wait and see. All I know is, Todd, who's let the dogs out tonight? We're about to let them loose here at Williams Grove.
Yeah, green flag back out. And look at Hessen, man. He's in charge here tonight in that 118 machine. Just a fantastic start over the 331 of Dustin Hall. The 25 now peeking down to the bottom. That's Jarrett Murphy in the 25 machine. The number 1 running in 4th of Christopher Miller. Bitterling in the 225. Still running in 5th. Oh, contact made between the 25 and the 331 of Dustin Hall. And that race was heating up. Guess what? The iRacing.com pace truck back out on the speedway. Another yellow flag here at Williams Grove. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of this racetrack either in this simulation, as it seems to do a lot of this all the time. But yellow coming out, and it wasn't for the contact between Murphy and Hall up front, as those guys kept it straight. I think Jason Langweaver maybe had some issues there keeping his car forward as well, because yellow flag on the speedway, and I think it's all by his selfie and maybe yet another date with the gate. We got date gate going on at the Grove for the number 50 car of Jason Langweaver. Maybe he forgot to pay the tab.
Well, the gate, he tried to exit stage right. The gate said no, not so fast. You have to be kicked back out on the track. So the gate moved out in his way. I don't know why it moved out in his way, but it did. And that's what caused this yellow flag, Phil. I mean, I don't see it moving here on the screen, but sometimes that's what I think it does.
Well, come back and visit me in a couple hours, because all things will be moving here in a little while. As We get ready to go to bed. Things kind of get fishy over here. So maybe we'll try this as part of Thursday night's Northwest Series action. As I plan on joining Charles on the call over there, and maybe after a couple of rounds of sleeping medication over here, we'll try that out. It's usually about 1 a.m. by the time we get on the airwaves to him. So it looks like Line Weaver behind the wall. Looks like the 17 of Brett Rolls also may have called this tonight. I'm going to congratulate Brett. New father again this week for Brett. So I congratulations to him and wife Alexis. Baby boy coming into the world here this week, and awesome to see. And maybe Brett had to pull his behind the wall. Maybe have to do some baby duty. And with a newborn Todd, that's probably a good, fair, safe bet.
Definitely remember that, Phil. I definitely remember having to pull along and try to do something. My wife was really good about that, but I do remember a couple of times, having to go do it more than a couple of times, you should say. But I understand where Brett is. Congratulations to Brett Rolls, and man, it's going to be fun.
All right, well, I'll ask Jessica that next time I talk to her to confirm Todd had all these diaper change duties going on, but
not as many as you would think.
Yeah, probably not as many as I think. I kind of figured that would be the answer. We're back to green flag breaks here at the Grove, so let's talk about it.
I get sick.
Up front, the 18 of Joshua Hessen holding on, but a hell of a race going on there for second. Dustin Hall and Jarrett Murphy throwing some sliders as here comes Murphy back to the low side. Finally, some slider action here in the Pro Late Models. Murphy down low, Hall up high. Drag racer to turn number 3. Who's it going to be to come out of 4? All right, well, not sure where I've lost my partner to. Is he just decided to give me the silent treatment, and why the heck not? We can do this quite a bit. But Josh with the lead there up front. Oh, contact back there about 4th and 5th. One car off the wall, and somehow, some way they held it straight. And I believe that was a one of Miller, who just made a spectacular move off the wall, was able to get that car from the high lane to the low side and keep it under green. So kudos to the one car, Christopher Miller, but he's got JD Sass pestering him. But Joshua Hessen up front looking to expand to this point leads Todd. Josh now with a lead of 1.331 seconds. That's a pretty good distance here to Williams Grove Speedway. So head down the backstretch into turn number 3, single file through the top 5.
Yeah, single file through the top 5. Nobody really breaking out of line. Here comes the 111 Snelling, so making a fibber out of me. Down to the bottom side, trying to roll the bottom, as we said, Phil. That's what we thought was going to happen towards the end of this event. A lot of yellow flags have plagued that, but here comes Snelling's back down to the bottom side by side. There were Bitterling right now holding on to the 4th spot. The number 111 of Snelling's wants the 4th spot, wants to wrestle it away here. Not able to do so far. Cannot get that forward, but 25 makes a little bit of contact to the outside wall. That is Jarrett Murphy. Now the 225 machine all over the rear bumper of the 25.
Yeah, there's a good race going on there between Murphy and Biddling, a 225 to the outside of Russell Stellings. And got to give Russ credit as we go 3 wide into turn number 3 here. Biddling through the middle, going to make the pass on Murphy, and I think he may make that stick. No, Murphy going to come back off of 4 as Biddling makes a little bit of contact with the outside wall. So somehow those guys going at it. Russell Stellings, who was down there running the low side, he lifted out of it and said, boys, you go ahead and have at it. As they go back at it, Biddling back to the inside of Murphy. Great racing here at Williams Grove as we're under 10 laps to go.
And definitely fantastic racing going on here. So, like you said, Bitterling right there into the 3rd position. Got himself a podium already. There in the 225 machine. Everybody else pretty much checking out Hessen in the 18 machine as we go on board with Hessen. And the number 18 machine as he's just checking out. Look at the gloss, the glaze on the track as it is right now.
Yeah, it's glossed over pretty good out there, and cars are starting to become a handful, but one guy lapping this racetrack a lot faster than the balls are exiting the bats off of Red Sox starting pitching right now is Joshua Hessen up front. He is just completely pacing these guys, just pulling away from Dustin Hall. It was about 2 seconds even last time by at the line, and this time the interval goes to 2.104. So Hessen 2/10 faster than Dustin Hall. Trevor Biddling, Jarrett Murphy, Russell Stellings, our current top 5 as we're 5 laps remaining here at the Grove. 5 more chips around for Joshua Hessen, as I'm not even sure what Todd is doing down there, but it has nothing to do with what's going on the racetrack.
I have no answer to that. I won't divulge what I just said because that was rather interesting. But the 225 of Bitterling right now trying to hold on to the third spot. Snelling's been peeking down to the bottom side. The 25 also working over the top side. Here was fourth. That is Jarrett Murphy aboard the number 25 machine as we get 3 laps remaining here. The best battle on the track here is for 4th and 5th. That is Snelling and the number 25 of Murphy. Also the double knot machine, or the 28 machine, I should say, Mookie Haney right there running in that 6th spot. So fantastic battle going on through, I'm going to say 3rd through 5th now.
Yeah, it's a really good back there. Biddling, Murphy, Haney's back there. Russell Snelling's in the 111. He's been digging down the bottom side all night long, trying to make it happen as those guys really do a good job. As now Bitterling and Snellings are going to go side by side racing, as you said, Todd, for that 3rd spot into turn number 3. Bitterling now, where Bitterling, Snellings, Murphy running 3 through 5. Joshua Hessen off the corner. Well, he's got 2 to go for the field the next time by, Todd, already. He's going to get 1 lap to go on car number 18. He is just off another dimension. We're watching these guys battle for 4th on back. Joshua Hessen is already working his way through the west end of the speedway. He's exiting turn number 4 to take the white flag.
Off here as it looks like going to pick up the win here. A little bit late on the key here, but Josh Hessen going to pick up the win. Dustin Howell for 2. 3rd is going to be Snelling. Bitterling going to finish up in that 4th spot. Haney going to finish up 5th. Murphy, Miller, Sass, Bruderman, and Jonathan Smith round out your top 10.
Eric Tupper going to come in for 11th. Andrew Hawkins for 12th. Tim Christensen for 13th. James Grace for 14th. And Trey Stuckwish comes home with a 15th place finish. Mullet Mafia Fry comes home 16th. Dylan Hutchison 17th. 18th. Scotty Grabanski. Brennan Layson 19th. Justin Sick 20th. Brett Rolls. Jason Lineweaver. As I click down even further, we find 23rd Pete Kiley. Mitch Stiles will finish up 24th. Mason Lynch able to make the call here for our 25-lap feature event. Great run by these guys tonight at the Sim Addicts, and our big winner, Joshua Hessen, going to extend that points lead. We'll talk to him on the post-race show, along with the rest of the top 3 next. Give us about 15 to 30 seconds. We'll be over in the Sim Addicts Discord. We'll talk to our top 3 right here on the post-race show, live on the Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for esports racing.
Don't say I didn't warn you. I know things no one knows.
Evil One Graphics specializes in iRacing wraps, promo ads, and banners for all your sim racing needs. From a new custom look on the track to a new look for your site, E1G is your place. Want to promote a special event or series for your league? E1G can make that custom promo ad you're looking for. With attention to high detail, great service, and reasonable prices, E1G is here to serve you. Evil One Graphics, they're not only good, they're evil.
All right, we are live over here in the Sim Addicts Discord where we'll talk to our top three. Hopefully, we'll talk to Joshua Hessen, our winner here tonight. Hopefully, we can dial up Dustin Hall and Russ Snelling. So, if my partner Todd can hear me, if he can direct some traffic down here, that would greatly be appreciated because for whatever reason, I can't get these guys moved around in here. So if Todd can do me a solid, get Russell Snellings and Dustin Hall down here to the race channel, and we'll proceed with the post-race show over here live tonight for the Sim Addicts Pro Late Model Series. An awesome run tonight for these guys. 50 laps around the Williams Grove Speedway and a terrific run for the driver here of car number 111, Russell Snellings. Russ finishing up third here tonight, and you seem to be the only guy that was content to stay that car low on the inside all night, was able to pass some guys down there. Tell us about your run and how you got that car set to run the low side where everybody else was stuck up against the wall all night.
Yeah, at the beginning of the race, the top was for sure the fast way around, but I knew if it got slick enough, the bottom would come back in. It was just a matter of when, and it finally came in with just a few laps to go.
And I'm sure that really helped you out because we saw a little bit of caution flag shift in the middle part of the event. I thought we saw 4 here tonight at the Williams Grove Speedway, which for guys put a good race on, but you were able to move your way through the field back there, running up to the low side and able to chase down. You and Murphy back there had some really good racing going on for third on back. Did the slicker racetrack really pay off to your car at that point in the run?
I think so. I think it's always going to be faster on the bottom when it gets slick like that. Once it comes in and towards the end of the race, when things settled out, I was able to get in a rhythm and put on a good show with Murphy and Bitterling.
Well, an awesome job by Russ there to bring the 111 home in the third spot here tonight. Full Velocity Racing Network. We're live tonight on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch TV as normal. So I'm going to give you the mic one final time here. Anybody out there you got to thank, friends, family, or sponsors, the floor is all yours now, Russ. Congratulations for a great third place.
I appreciate it. I want to thank you all for the good broadcast y'all do, and Sim Addicts for putting this on, Hessen and all the guys, and just a good group, good clean group to race with.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Like over here live here for Tuesday and Friday nights. There we have it, folks. The driver of the 111, Russell Snellings, will finish up here third tonight. We'll let him get back down and debrief with his team, and we'll walk a little further down here. We'll talk to old friend we haven't talked to here in a little while. Aboard the 331 tonight, Dustin Hall finishing up second. And first of all, Dustin, I got to say, that's a hell of a nice paint job we got going on. Great great second place finish, I should say. Tell us about your run. You kind of up there just cruising old Sally all night, it looked like.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping about midway through that race we'd get a nice long green flag run. I geared it down so that try to get some momentum going up top and try to make a move, and it seemed to be the wrong move because we got so many yellows early there and in a row we couldn't get more than a 5-lap run.
Yeah, that certainly didn't help your car at all there with those short bursts of runs. But once you got up to a second spot, had some clean racetrack, and the racetrack started to slick it off. Was there any adjustment you could have made or wish you would have made? Because it somehow seems like Josh was in a different area code here tonight. Williams Grove is a tough racetrack, and it's tough to get around this joint fast to finish up second. But was there anything you could have improved in the setup to go faster? What would?
I don't know about the setup. Maybe the driving. Maybe if I could have stayed out of the wall in 3 and 4, it would have helped a little bit. But that was all on me. But I was driving it extra hard, trying to stay there with Josh when I was there on him and trying to catch him too. He was definitely the fastest car on short runs. I would have liked to seen a green flag early in the race to see if I could at least get to him. I don't know if I'd be able to pass him. He was just too fast up top.
Certainly was, and I really hope everybody out there listening. Imagine that, a race car driver accountable for his own driving, Dustin. Much respect for that. That's really great to hear. Great job tonight with an awesome second-place finish here. So I'm going to toss you the mic one final time. Per usual out there live, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch TV. So whoever you get to thank out there, thank them all. And you got to give kudos to whoever painted that race car. That thing is very sharp.
I want to thank you all for putting the broadcast together and doing it. You all always do an outstanding job. When I'm not racing it, I enjoy watching you guys. Got to thank all the guys over at Bad Racing. Wasn't for them, we wouldn't have the sets we have, and we wouldn't be as competitive as what we are working as a team over there. Got to thank H&M Automotive, SCP, Napa Auto Parts. Kind of put this whole thing together for us. Congrats to Josh on the win tonight. He was definitely class of the field.
Certainly was. Well, there you have it, folks. Good to catch up on our old friend, Mr. Dustin Hall. Thanks for the great compliments here tonight. Great run out of that 331 here this evening. Let Dustin go debrief with the Bad Motorsports guys and talk about this awesome second place run. As we'll run down here toward Victory Lane, we're going to find a crowd down here as usual. We find car number 18, Joshua Hessen down there. And Josh picking up another win here for the Sim Addicts Pro Late Model Series, extending on your points lead with only 2 weeks left to go. That's going to feel really good.
Yeah, it's awesome. I don't even know what to say. I've never won a broadcasted race, so it's awesome to even be in top 3. But we won one finally, so we're moving up.
Oh, you definitely moved it tonight. That car had a boogie about it, and once you got out front, that thing just saw a clean racetrack and really just took off. That must have been a super set underneath that thing. And man, as I said to Dustin, that's a sharp-looking car you got out there too. Man, this is a tough racetrack to get around in traffic. I'm sure you're really thankful to have that clean air and not be back there, because we covered a lot of the racing for fifth on back and even missed you taking the checkered flag. But I'm sure you were happy to be out front and not be back there and all that traffic back there, because this place is awfully racy, but trouble looked around every corner, as you can imagine.
Yeah, I built this set when we raced officials here, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I've been tweaking on it ever since. I tweaked a bunch right before the feature. I just started clicking buttons. I was like, if it's going to go or not. I played a big gear game, went crazy for the short runs. I knew there was going to be cautions. And I got to thank Charles Silvers for the wrap, HRT, the team we have. They have their own wrap guys, and we do everything in-house. It's awesome.
Pretty awesome right there, Josh. You take down a big win. You say the first of our broadcast win here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network. So I'm going to give you the mic one final time. We had great crowds out there watching tonight through Facebook Live. We're on YouTube and Twitch TV as well. So I'm going to give you the microphone as a winner for the first time on the airwaves. So Josh, take it away. Anybody who wants to say hello to or thank, the floor is all yours, man. Take this one all in. These wins are hard to come by.
Yeah, thanks. HRT, we build sets. We have a group chat. We talked all night long about what we were going to do, and we all played different sets, and it worked out in my favor tonight. Got the early lead there from Dustin and just drove away from there. I seen Murph. He's on our team. He slid Dustin Hall there, and I was like, I got to go, and this is my perfect time to run away. And I ran a pretty good race. I think I only hit the wall one time, and that's awesome. And thank you guys for the awesome broadcasts I watch all the time. Like Dustin and all these other guys were hardcore into this.
I certainly appreciate the kind words. Josh, you got 2 weeks left to go. With any luck, in 2 weeks from now, we'll be talking to you here down maybe in Victory Lane with a championship trophy in hand. Good luck the rest of the season there, bud. 2 weeks more left to go, and we'll be rooting for you. Terrific job. Always feel good for the first time going around here on TV. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. It'd be my second championship. I won a pro championship at the Unreal Esports, and just gonna try to keep being consistent.
I love it. Well, I'm wishing you the best of luck, man. Terrific job here tonight. Great job by the crew over here at Sim Addicts. Awesome to come here on a Tuesday night with the Pro Lates. Friday nights with the 360 Sprint Cars. You'll find us back here live on Friday night. But the Full Velocity Racing Network, we come back at you live here tomorrow evening. Back over to home base over at Dirt Warrior Racing, another round of Wednesday night street fights. And I believe this week we enter the Coliseum known as the USA National Speedway. So check us out tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, for your source of esports racing right here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network. We'll see you tomorrow night. Good night.